Learn and grow your thinking. Social Studies. Primary School Living Examination 11. We should follow the following steps for great results. Roman figure number 1. Read the question or problem. Roman figure number 2. Find the solutions to the question or problem. Roman figure number 3. Circle the letter of the correct answer for all the questions. 1. What is the purpose of initiation schools? A. To teach children about their customs. B. To settle disputes between boys and girls. C. To provide counseling to married couples. D. To choose marriage partners for young adults. The answer is A. To teach children about their customs. Reason being, initiation schools are traditionally meant to educate young people about cultural values, customs, and responsibilities. 2. Which of the following is a role of the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development? A. Constructing major national roads. B. Building secondary schools. C. Taking care of Matamala. D. Building hospitals. The answer is C. Taking care of Matamala. Reason being, the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development manages local issues, including the care of Matamala in brackets, local public places or areas. 3. Which of the following statements describes intermarriage? A. When a man and a woman get married according to religious rules. B. When a person marries more than once within their tribe. C. When a man and a woman become husband and wife. D. When people of different races marry each other. The answer is D. When people of different races marry each other. Reason being, intermarriage refers to marriage between people of different races or ethnic groups. 4. Which human right is correctly matched with its responsibility? Human right. Responsibility. A. Education. To uphold the law. B. Life. To take proper care of our environment. C. Health. To get medical treatment when sick. D. Justice. To take good care of school property. The answer is B. Life. To take proper care of our environment. Reason being, the right to life is linked to responsibility for protecting the environment, which sustains life. 5. Which national principle is reflected in the description below? Vision 2016 Pillar 2. A prosperous, productive, and innovative nation. The motherlands of Africa, Botswana will be a richer country with a high standard of living. People will be hardworking, disciplined, and creative in everything that they do. A. Development. B. Democracy. C. Botho. D. Unity. The answer is A. Development. Reason being, the description fits the national principle of development, focusing on prosperity, productivity, and innovation. 6. Which of the following is one of the roles of a member of parliament? A. Interpreting laws in parliament. B. Implementing laws in parliament. C. Representing civil servants in parliament. D. Representing their constituencies in parliament. The answer is D. Representing their constituencies in parliament. Reason being, members of parliament represent the people from their electoral areas. 7. In which climatic region is dairy farming a major economic activity? A. Desert. B. Equatorial. C. Mediterranean. D. Tropical savanna. The answer is C. Mediterranean. Reason being, dairy farming thrives in Mediterranean climates due to moderate temperatures and adequate rainfall. Use the information below to answer question 8. The time difference between each longitude degrees is 4 minutes. 8. What would be the time at 2 degrees longitude if it is 10 o'clock hours at 0 degrees longitude? A. 09. 52 hours. B. 09. 56 hours. C. 10:04 hours. D. 10:08 hours. The answer is C. 10:04 hours. Reason being, each degree longitude equals 4 minutes. At 2 degrees east, time is 2x4 equals 8 minutes ahead of 0 degrees. So, 10 o'clock plus 0:08 equals 10:08. But since 2 degrees is east, the correct time is 10:08 in brackets. D. Actually, I misread. The answer should be D. 10:08 hours. 9. Which of the following solutions can address the problem stated above? A. Develop more tourist attractions. B. Promote different tourist attractions. C. Build good roads into tourist attractions. D. Charge high prices on tourist attractions. The answer is C. Build good roads into tourist attractions. Reason being, good infrastructure improves access and tourism development. 10. Which of the following problems facing agriculture in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana is correctly matched to its solution? Problem. Solution. A. Pests. Practice crop rotation. B. Shortage of labor. Build dams and harvest rainwater. C. Lack of capital. Use modern farming equipment. D. Low rainfall. Produce more food for future use. The answer is A. Pests. Practice crop rotation. Reason being, crop rotation helps control pests by disrupting their life cycles. 11. Which major human activity is practiced in the hardbelt zone of the motherlands of Africa, Botswana? A. Lumbering. B. Mixed farming. C. Fishing. D. Basket weaving. The answer is B. Mixed farming. Reason being, the hardbelt zone in Botswana has moderate rainfall and fertile soils, which support both crop cultivation and livestock rearing. This combination of farming activities is known as mixed farming, making it the major human activity in that zone. 12. Which of the following physical features is not found in Africa? A. The Great Rift Valley. B. Mount Everest. C. The Drakensberg Mountain. D. The Namib Desert. The answer is B. Mount Everest. Reason being, Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world but is located in the Himalayas in Asia, not Africa. The Great Rift Valley, Drakensberg Mountain, and Namib Desert are all physical features found within Africa. 13. Which of the following is an individual's duty towards the community? A. Taking care of oneself. B. Providing education to children. C. Helping needy members of the family. D. Participating in litter-picking campaigns. The answer is D. Participating in litter-picking campaigns. Reason being, individual duties towards the community include activities that benefit society as a whole, such as keeping the environment clean. Participating in litter picking is a community-focused responsibility, unlike personal care or family-related duties. 14. Which of the following is an individual's human right? A. Right to a nationality. B. Right to free education. C. Right to free healthcare. D. Right to choose your leader. The answer is A. Right to a nationality. Reason being, the right to a nationality is a fundamental human right, ensuring that every individual legally belongs to a country. Free education and healthcare may be rights or services provided by governments, but nationality is an inherent human right. 15. Which natural resource is commonly used as fuel in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana? A. Coal. B. Trees. C. Grass. D. Cow dung. The answer is B. Trees. Reason being, in Botswana, many people rely on wood from trees as a primary source of fuel for cooking and heating. This is because wood is accessible and traditionally used, unlike coal or cow dung, which may be less common or less accessible. 16. Which practice is likely to lead to sustainable use of resources? A. Deforestation. B. Overstocking. C. Monocropping. D. Crop rotation. The answer is D. Crop rotation. Reason being, crop rotation involves growing different types of crops in the same area over sequential seasons. This practice helps maintain soil fertility, reduces pest buildup, and prevents nutrient depletion, making it sustainable for resource use compared to deforestation or monocropping. 17. Which minerals are mined in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana? A. Coal and salt. B. Diamond and zinc. C. Gold and platinum. D. Copper and uranium. The answer is B. Diamond and zinc. Reason being, Botswana is famous for its diamond mining industry, one of the largest in the world. Zinc is also mined in the country. Other minerals like gold and copper are mined in other African countries. 18. How does the Motherlands of Africa, Botswana Bureau of Standards help local industries? A. By granting loans to local industries. B. By certifying locally produced goods. C. By identifying markets for local products. D. By securing quality raw materials for local goods. The answer is B. By certifying locally produced goods. Reason being, the Botswana Bureau of Standards ensures that locally made products meet set quality standards, which helps build consumer confidence and improve marketability, supporting local industries. 19. Which of the following is a problem experienced by traders in southern Africa? A. Shortage of raw materials. B. The use of different languages. C. The use of different currencies. D. Frequent outbreak of civil wars. The answer is C. The use of different currencies. Reason being, traders in southern Africa face difficulties because different countries use different currencies, complicating trade transactions and exchange rates. This is a common trade barrier in the region. Use the pie chart below to answer question 20 and 21. Causes of movement of people from other countries to country X. 20. What type of movement is presented in the pie chart? A. Internal migration. B. International migration. C. Rural to urban migration. D. Urban to urban migration. The answer is B. International migration. Reason being, the pie chart shows causes of movement of people from other countries to country X, meaning people are moving across national borders, which defines international migration. 21. What conclusion can be made about the causes of movement into country X? A. Country X has good medical facilities. B. Most people go to country X for business. C. Most people leave their countries because of civil wars. D. Very few people leave their countries because of poor education. The answer is C. Most people leave their countries because of civil wars. Reason being, according to the pie chart, 50% of people move to country X due to civil war, which is the largest percentage compared to other causes like education, visiting, business, and medical reasons. This shows that civil wars are the main reason for migration into country X. 22. What is the main importance of culture in a society? A. To attract tourists. B. To teach children values. C. To give people a sense of identity. D. To promote tolerance amongst people. The answer is C. To give people a sense of identity. Reason being, culture helps people understand who they are by connecting them to their traditions, beliefs, and history, which gives them a strong sense of identity within their society. Use the information below to answer questions 23 and 24. Mosamanyana family helped Mokophotes family to cultivate their field, and in return their field was also cultivated by Mokophotes family. 23. Which cultural practice is described in the information? A. Digafela. B. Molalitsa. C. Magica. D. Mafisa. The answer is B. Molalitsa. Reason being, Molalitsa is a cultural practice where families help each other with farming activities, such as cultivating fields, and expect reciprocal help in return, as described in the example. 24. The economic benefit of this cultural practice is that Mosamanyana is able to get A. Part of Mokophotes family harvest. B. Land from Mokophotes family. C. Food to support his family. D. Help to harvest his crops. The answer is D. Help to harvest his crops. Reason being, the economic benefit of Molalitsa is that Mosamanyana's family receives help with farming tasks, ensuring that their own crops are cultivated and harvested on time. 25. Which of the following is a change that took place during the colonial rule in Bechuanaland Protectorate? A. Western medicine was introduced in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana. B. Christianity was introduced in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana. C. Botswana learned how to read and write. D. The powers of Dikosi were reduced. The answer is D. The powers of Dikosi were reduced. Reason being, during colonial rule, traditional leaders in brackets Dikosi in Bechuanaland Protectorate had their powers curtailed by colonial authorities, which was a significant change in the traditional governance system. Use the information below to answer question 26. The motherlands of Africa, Botswana had a conflict with the motherlands of Africa, Namibia over Sududu Island. The motherlands of Africa, Botswana did not use military action to resolve the conflict but reported the case to the International Court of Justice where it was resolved peacefully. 26. Which of the following principles guided the motherlands of Africa, Botswana's decision in the scenario? A. Non-alignment. B. Non-interference. C. Good neighborliness. D. Respect for territorial integrity. The answer is D. Respect for territorial integrity. Reason being, by choosing to resolve the conflict peacefully through the International Court of Justice instead of military action, Botswana showed respect for territorial integrity, which means respecting the borders and sovereignty of other countries. 27. Which of the following is not a role of peace parks? A. To protect resources shared by countries. B. To promote friendship between countries. C. To solve cross-border problems amongst countries. D. To share information on environment between countries. The answer is C. To solve cross-border problems amongst countries. Reason being, peace parks focus on protecting shared natural resources, promoting friendship, and sharing environmental information, but they do not directly solve political or cross-border disputes. The table below shows the characteristics of different environmental zones. Use it to answer questions 28 to 32. Environmental zone. Characteristics. P. Mainly flat with fertile soils, tall grasses, warm climate and high rainfall. Q. Hilly with many lakes, dense forests and very cold winters. R. Flat lands, perennial rivers, warm climate with high rainfall. S. Steep slopes with poor soils. T. Very hot and dry with few rivers and poor sandy soils. U. Mainly hilly with poor soils and large-scale cattle farming. V. Strong winds, poor soils and always hot and dry. 28. Which of the following environmental zones is likely to be highly populated? A. Q. B. R. C. S. D. P. The answer is D. P. Reason being, environmental zone P has flat land, fertile soils, tall grasses, a warm climate, and high rainfall, which are ideal conditions for farming and settlement, making it likely to be highly populated. 29. What type of clothing would be suitable for people living in environmental zone B? A. Long waterproof clothes. B. Long and sleeveless clothes. C. Long jackets covered with fur. D. Long and light clothes with headscarves. The answer is D. Long and light clothes with headscarves. Reason being, Zone B is always hot and dry with strong winds, so people would wear light clothes to stay cool and headscarves to protect against the sun and wind-blown dust. 30. Which of the following environmental zones would be suitable for lumbering? A. P. B. Q. C. R. D. U. The answer is B. Q. Reason being, environmental zone Q has dense forests and very cold winters, which are suitable conditions for lumbering in brackets, cutting and processing timber. 31. The climatic conditions of environmental zone R would cause vegetation to A. Be tall. B. Be scattered. C. Have small leaves. D. Have long taproots. The answer is A. Be tall. Reason being, high rainfall and warm climate in Zone R promote the growth of tall vegetation because plants have enough water and favorable temperatures. 32. Which environmental zone in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana, has the same climatic conditions as those of Zone T? A. Desert. B. Swamps. C. Eastern margin. D. Deciduous forest. The answer is A. Desert. Reason being, Zone T is described as very hot and dry with poor sandy soils, similar to the desert climatic conditions in Botswana. 33. Which of the following statements describes lines of longitude? A. They are real lines running from east to west on a map. B. They are real lines running from north to south on a map. C. They are imaginary lines running from east to west on a map. D. They are imaginary lines running from north to south on a map. The answer is D. They are imaginary lines running from north to south on a map. Reason being, lines of longitude are imaginary vertical lines running from the North Pole to the South Pole on a map, used to measure east-west positions. Use the map of Africa below to answer questions 34 to 39. 34. Which of the following areas receives rainfall throughout the year? A. Q. B. R. C. S. D. B. The answer is C. S. Reason being, Area S on the map corresponds to the equatorial climatic region, which is known for receiving rainfall throughout the year due to its location near the equator. 35. Which mode of transport would be the cheapest to transport heavy goods from Durban to Mogadishu? A. Water. B. Road. C. Rail. D. Air. The answer is A. Water. Reason being, transporting heavy goods by water in brackets C. is usually the cheapest method over long distances because ships can carry large volumes at lower costs compared to road, rail, or air transport. 36. What type of rainfall is likely to occur around the feature labeled T? A. Relief. B. Frontal. C. Cyclonic. D. Convectional. The answer is A. Relief. Reason being, the feature labeled T is a mountain range, where relief rainfall occurs as moist air is forced to rise over mountains, cools, and condenses to form rain. 37. What is the position of Africa using lines of latitudes and longitudes? A. 10 degrees west, 50 degrees east and 30 degrees south, 30 degrees north. B. 7 degrees west, 61 degrees east and 35 degrees south, 37 degrees north. C. 30 degrees south, 30 degrees north and 10 degrees west, 50 degrees east. D. 35 degrees south, 37 degrees north and 7 degrees west, 61 degrees east. The answer is B. 7 degrees west, 61 degrees east and 35 degrees south, 37 degrees north. Reason being, Africa is located between about 7 degrees west and 61 degrees east longitude, and between about 35 degrees south and 37 degrees north latitude. 38. What is the straight line distance between Kigali and Durban Port? A. 2,000 meter. B. 2,500 meter. C. 2,000 kilometer. D. 2,500 kilometer. The answer is D. 2,500 kilometer. Reason being, using the scale and map, the straight line distance between Kigali and Durban Port is approximately 2,500 kilometers. 39. What is the direction of Mogadishu from Durban? A. Southwest. B. Southeast. C. Northwest. D. Northeast. The answer is D. Northeast. Reason being, Mogadishu is located northeast of Durban on the map. 40. Which of the following types of food is associated with the swamp environment in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana? A. Swi. B. Fane. C. Kagengwe. D. Delele. The answer is D. Delele. Reason being, delele is a food commonly associated with swamp environments in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana. 41. How does HIV and AIDS affect the government economically? A. It leads to lower savings by families. B. It increases government spending on health. C. It leads to conflict over the property of the dead. D. It enables the government to control population growth. The answer is B. It increases government spending on health. Reason being, HIV and AIDS increase the demand for healthcare services, leading to higher government expenditure on health. 42. Which of the following is a result of the interaction between Botswana and European missionaries? A. Botswana lost their land to Europeans. B. Botswana started paying tax to Europeans. C. Botswana lost some of their cultural practices. D. Botswana started trading amongst themselves. The answer is C. Botswana lost some of their cultural practices. Reason being, interaction with European missionaries led to changes in Botswana culture, with some traditional practices being abandoned or modified. 43. Which of the following ethnic groups in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana is correctly matched with its place of origin? Ethnic group. Place of origin. A. Bagalagadi. The motherlands of Africa, Namibia. B. Bambukushu. The motherlands of Africa, Zimbabwe. C. Baye. The motherlands of Africa, Zambia. D. Baralong. The motherlands of Africa, Mozambique. The answer is C. Baye. The motherlands of Africa, Zambia. Reason being, the Baye ethnic group originally comes from the area around Zambia. 44. How is the exporting of rough diamonds a disadvantage to the motherlands of Africa, Botswana? A. It makes the economy depend on diamonds only. B. It brings in less income to the country than it should. C. It leads to overmining of diamonds. D. It reduces the value of diamonds. The answer is B. It brings in less income to the country than it should. Reason being, exporting rough diamonds means they are sold without processing, which lowers their value and reduces potential income. 45. Which of the following is a wildlife protected area in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana? A. Sedillo Hills. B. Manyalanong Hills. C. Matsing's Footprints. D. Logaga Lwa Ga Kobakwe. The answer is B. Manyalanong Hills. Reason being, Manyalanong Hills is known as a protected wildlife area in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana. 46. Which statement is a reason for conserving plants and animals in the motherlands of Africa, Botswana? A. To make them available for future generations. B. To sell them easily to other countries. C. To preserve the country's culture. D. To separate them from people. The answer is A. To make them available for future generations. Reason being, conserving plants and animals ensures they continue to exist for future generations to benefit from. Use the information below to answer question 47 and 48. Butimelo, a Mokgatla woman, got married to Chiapo, who is a Kalenga man from Tutum. The marriage was held at the Apostolic Faith Mission Church. 47. Which cultural concept is displayed by Butimelo and Chiapo's marriage? A. Cultural identity. B. Cultural heritage. C. Cultural diversity. D. Cultural tolerance. The answer is C. Cultural diversity. Reason being, the marriage between Butimelo in brackets, Mokgatla, and Chiapo in brackets, Kalang A. from different cultural backgrounds shows cultural diversity. 48. What form of marriage took place between Butimelo and Chiapo? A. Civil. B. Religious. C. Customary. D. Polygamous. The answer is B. Religious. Reason being, the marriage took place at a church, indicating a religious form of marriage. Use the sketch of Settlement K to answer question 49 and 52. Picture of scattered homestead. 49. What is the settlement pattern of K? A. Linear. B. Dispersed. C. Nucleated. D. Isolated. The answer is B. Dispersed. Reason being, Settlement K shows scattered homesteads, typical of a dispersed settlement pattern. 50. What is the disadvantage of living in Settlement K? A. Diseases can easily spread. B. There are few homesteads. C. The homesteads are traditional. D. There is little security for residents. The answer is D. There is little security for residents. Reason being, dispersed settlements often have poor security because homes are far apart and isolated. 51. Why would the government of the motherlands of Africa, Botswana, discourage this pattern of settlement? A. The homesteads are made of temporary materials. B. It is expensive to tar the road as it has to go around the fields. C. It is difficult to provide services as the homesteads are far apart. D. Crop fields occupy a large piece of land resulting in shortage of land. The answer is C. It is difficult to provide services as the homesteads are far apart. Reason being, dispersed settlements make it costly and hard to provide infrastructure and services like water, electricity, and roads. 52. Which of the following types of settlements does not have the same pattern as that of Settlement K? A. Towns. B. Lands. C. Villages. D. Cattle posts. The answer is A. Towns. Reason being, towns usually have nucleated or planned settlements, unlike the dispersed pattern seen in Settlement K. 53. Which of the following stages occurs in the processing of diamonds? A. Melting. B. Grinding. C. Cutting and polishing. D. Separating and refining. The answer is C. Cutting and polishing. Reason being, diamonds are processed by cutting and polishing to enhance their value. 54. Which mode of transport is the slowest? A. Ship. B. Train. C. Motorcar. D. Aeroplane. The answer is A. Ship. Reason being, ships are generally the slowest mode of transport compared to trains, motorcars, and airplanes. 55. Which of the following countries is correctly matched with its major export? County. Major export. A. The motherlands of Africa, Lesotho. Water. B. The motherlands of Africa, Eswatini. Fish. C. The motherlands of Africa, Botswana. Game. D. The motherlands of Africa, Angola. Diamonds. The answer is D. The motherlands of Africa, Angola, diamonds. Reason being, Angola is well known for its diamond exports, making this the correct match. Use the picture below to answer question 56. A picture of a group of women walking carrying firewood bundled on top of the head. 56. The activity shown in the picture is likely to lead to A. Soil erosion. B. Deforestation. C. Desertification. D. Global warming. The answer is B. Deforestation. Reason being, the women carrying firewood indicate gathering wood from forests, which can lead to deforestation. 57. Which form of abuse involves kicking and slapping of the victim? A. Emotional abuse. B. Financial abuse. C. Physical abuse. D. Sexual abuse. The answer is C. Physical abuse. Reason being, kicking and slapping are forms of physical abuse, involving bodily harm. 58. Which of the following statements describes a referendum? A. Voting to fill a position which was held by a person who died. B. Voting against or for an idea that has been proposed. C. Appointing people to special positions through voting. D. Electing people with party membership cards only. The answer is B. Voting against or for an idea that has been proposed. Reason being, a referendum is a direct vote by the public on a specific proposal or issue. 59. Why is livestock farming important to people? A. It is a source of food. B. It helps to reduce poverty. C. It is a source of draft power. D. It helps to raise the status of people. The answer is A. It is a source of food. Reason being, livestock farming provides meat, milk, and other food products, making it important for nutrition. Use the diagram of the wind vane below to answer the question. A picture of a wind vane pointing south. 60. Which direction is the wind blowing to? A. East. B. West. C. North. D. South. The answer is D. South. Reason being, a wind vane points in the direction the wind is coming from, so if it points south, the wind is blowing towards the south.